So what is this logarithm? To understand that, we need to recollect the exponents in the lower grades. Suppose 5 power 2. What is 5 power 2? 25. So it's kind of filling the blanks. I wrote 5 power 2 and then I kept dash, and then you could give the answer as 25. Suppose I keep blank here and then power 2 equal to 25. And what is this base? If I ask what is this base, and you'll give two answers, -5 and +5. Suppose if I restrict the base to be only positive number, then you'll give the one answer 5. So what is this means? You give the answer immediately 5. So 5 square. So the dash can be here and here. Suppose 5, and if I keep the dash here equal to 25, then immediately I'll give the answer as 2. So the question mark can be in any of the three places. Suppose if I keep giving the question mark only in the power, and I want you to frame the question as a complete sentence. 4 power how much equal to 16. So how will frame the question for this? The power which we need to rise to the base 4 to get number 16 is 2. I'll write that. The power that we need to rise to base 4 to get 16 is 2. See, the sentence in form of sentence, if you need to write it is long. In form of a notation, if I need to write, this is simple. 4 power question mark equal to 16. Or I write 4 power x is equal to 16, then x is equal to. But instead of writing mathematically like 4 power x is equal to 16, then x is equal to every time, or writing like this, they are given a name for this, the power that we need to rise to the given base to get the given number. They're giving a name for that. So here anyway you got this number 2. Suppose the same 4 power how much equal to 8. Then this is not as easy as the previous question answer. This time you'll give the answer as 3 by 2. Little difficult, but still it's possible, manageable. You write this as 4 power x. Let 4 power x is equal to 8. Then the 4 you can write as 2 square the whole power x. 8 you can write as 2 cube. So the 2 power 2x is equal to 2 cube. From your lower grade property, the bases are equal, you can equate the powers. So the 2x is equal to 3. X is equal to 3 by 2. And then you get that. So you got this, but what you call that as the power that you need to rise to the base 4 to get the number 8 is 3 by 2. That's the sentence form of that. Now one more. 4 power how much equal to 3? 4 power how much equal to 3? Suddenly you don't have an answer. You don't have an answer means you don't have an answer in rational form, because that is not rational number. Till now your answers 4 power how much, here your answer is 2, that's a rational number. Here your answer is 3 by 2, that's a rational number, but here it is not a rational number. But still it is a real number. You rise to the power to some decimal, that is 0 point some 87456, some random number, then you get definitely 3. So what we call this number, suppose if it is x, I call that number as the power to which we need to rise, or that we need to rise to base 4 to get 3. That's what we call that power. So instead of giving every time like this x is named as logarithm of 3 base 4. So instead of using this long sentence, always it's like that. Even in your language, also how the words are formed. So a sentence is represented by a word. Like that, you'll get new words, right? Same way here also, the power that we need to rise is represented by logarithm. That's what the definition of logarithm in general words. Of course, we'll have a formal definition after this. First, make a note of this. So the logarithm is the definition. If a power x equal to m, so always in the exponential function, a should be a positive number other than 1. A not equal to 1, greater than 0. A is a positive number other than 1. Then x is called logarithm of m to the base a, denoted by log m to the base a. That is, a power x equal to m implies and implied by log m to the base a equal to x. Of course, the condition a greater than 0, comma a not equal to 1. Automatically, we'll get one more observation. What is that? As a greater than 0 and a not equal to 1, a power x is always a positive number. For positive base, even the power is negative or positive, irrespective of the power is negative or positive, and the base is positive. The value of that is always positive. A power m x is always positive. That implies m is always greater than 0. That means logarithm is defined only for the positive numbers. So as we already learned the relations and functions, in that we have the domain conditions, right? That the domain range concept is not going to end in the relations and functions. As we learn a new function, a new concept, there for that particular function, we need to learn the domain and range also. So the m greater than 0. Suppose if you consider log x as a function, for y equal to log x, the domain is 0 to infinity. Because log is defined for all positive numbers. The input of log can be only positive number. Why? The input of log is the output of a power x. A power x can never be negative. It's always positive. Right? And one, two examples will do. Suppose we know the fact that 2 power 5 equal to 32. The same fact, if we need to mention in terms of logarithms, what we need to do? The logarithm of the answer of the exponential function to the base, same as the base in the exponential function, is the power. So the power will be the answer of a logarithmic function. So the 2 power 5 equal to 32 and log 32 base 2 equal to 5, both represent the same fact, right? And suppose log 125 base 5 equal to 3. Write this in exponential notation. So the easiest way of doing that is, because in both notations the base is same, write the base first. When you're converting from exponential to logarithm or logarithm to exponential, write the base first. And after that, if you observe closely, in two notations, other than base, the other two numbers are altered. That means the RHS, the 32 is coming close to the base in the other notation, and 5 is going away from the base. And from here to here also, the one which is close to the base is going away from the base, and the one which is away from the base is coming close to the base. So 5 power 3 equal to 125, like this. Like this, you can do many examples to understand this definition of logarithm. Conversion of exponential into logarithm and logarithm into exponential is a key for understanding the properties of logarithms. Make a note of this. Some properties of logarithms. Log AB equal to log A plus log B. See, when you're writing the property, we are not writing any base. What is the meaning of not writing any base? We are not writing any base means this formula holds for any particular base. So that's how we write the formula actually, without writing the base. That indicates that any base, for any base, this formula is true. To try to prove this, let us take a particular base, m or whatever, right? And now let log A base m equal to x, log B base m equal to y. Why we are doing like this means we know the exponential functions properties and all, and the logarithm is other way of writing an exponential function notation. So if you convert this into a well-known exponential notation, then we can use the properties there and then get the properties here. So that's why we are letting this value as x and this value as y. So you are looking for the x plus y equal to log AB base m. So for that, first convert this into exponential notation. So as I told, first write the base when you're converting in one notation to another notation. Base is same, and the one which is away from the base x will becomes close to the base, and the one which is close to the base will go away from the base. Next, the same way here, m power y equal to b. And if you see in the LHS, you want log AB, and you have a value and b value. First, if you find AB value, then there is a chance of getting log AB. So calculate the product of these two equations. AB equal to m power x into m power y, multiplying the two equations above. So you get AB equal to m power x plus y. So you need to treat this x plus y as a single number. Now if you see, there is a chance of getting this result by treating AB as one number, the answer of the exponential function, m as a base and x plus y as a power. If you convert this into the logarithm notation, and the log, as I told, always write the base first. M is the base of the exponential function, write it. The one which is close to the base will be away from the base, and the away from the base will be close to it, AB, equal to x plus y. Now replace what is x and what is y. X is log A base B, base m. Y is log B base m. That's it. And for simplicity, when you're writing the formula, we won't write the base. Log AB equal to log A plus log B. Make a note of it. second formula, log a by b equal to log a minus log b. So proof is similar to the previous one. What we can do is, again, we write the base m, common base. In fact, you can write any other letter, p, q, l, m, n, whatever you want. And even here also, instead of log a by b, you can write log x by y equal to log x minus log y. Again, let log a base m equal to x, log b base m equal to y. So as usual, convert this into exponential. M power x is equal to a, m power y equal to b. Because you're looking for log a by b base m, first get a by b, divide the second equation with first equation. So m power x by m power y. That implies a by b equal to m power x minus y. Again, converting the exponential into the logarithm notation. As I told, write the base first, and the one which is away from the base, write close to the base. I mean, along with the base. And then the which is close to the base, write it away. So then the log a by b base m, right? What is x? Log a base m minus log b base m. That implies, yeah, for simplicity, we write this without base. Log a by b is log a minus log b. That's it. Make a note of it. Third formula, log a power m equal to m log a. Yeah, as we use the m for the power, we use some other letter for the base. Let us call that base as p. So we need to use the prove this formula. For this, again, let log a base p equal to x. Automatically, you'll get p power x equal to a. The base you should write the same, and the one which is away from the base along with the base, and the along with the base away from the base. E power x is equal to a. But if you see in the LHS, we want a power m. When you want a power m, raise the power to m on both sides. A power m equal to p power x the whole power m. That implies a power m equal to the p power mx. Because you want a power m as the input for the log, so treat that a power m, don't separate a and a power m. Treat this full thing as one number. I'll just write with a different color. So that a power 1 is one number, and this mx also has the power, and p as the base. You treat this as an exponential function and convert this into logarithmic function. When you're converting it to logarithmic function, write the base same, base p. The one which is away from the base is a power m, right along with the base. The one which is close to the base, right outside, other side. Then this is log a power m base p equal to m into, write the x value, log a base p. That's it. And for simplicity, we write the property without the base. Log a power m equal to m log a. Make a note of it. Fourth formula. Log a power m to the base v power n equal to m by n log a base v. This proof is also similar and simple. Let log a base b equal to x. Converting this into the exponential notation, b power x is equal to a. And if you see, we want a power m, so then rise to the power m on both sides, the b power x the whole power m. And a power m, like in the previous problem, the b power xm. But the problem is, the previous problem, the base, whatever the p we want, that is there. But here the base, we want b power n. So we can't disturb the LHS. A power m cannot be disturbed. then what you do, a power m as it is, b power here itself will multiply and divide with n. So basically b power n, the whole power mx by n. N get cancelled and you'll get xm mx again, like this. So now we need to treat this full thing as one number, this full thing as one number power, and this b power n full thing as one number base. Now convert it back into the logarithm notation. Then the log, whatever the base is there, that we should write first, b power n. And the one which is away from the base will be along with the base. The one which is along with the base will be away from the base, that is mx by n. So this is log a power m to the base b power n equal to m by n into x. What is x? Log a base b. Very useful formula. We use frequently this one. In fact, the previous formula you can consider as a case of this formula, n equal to 1. If you substitute n equal to 1, then you get the previous formula, right? That's the fifth formula. Log 1 equal to 0. When you're not writing any base, that holds for any base. So, for example, write a. Log 1 base a equal to 0. You need not to specify that a cannot be negative, a cannot be 0, a cannot be 1. All those are already mentioned in the definition, that the base a cannot be negative and a should be positive and not equal to 0, not equal to 1, right? And the proof for this, we know a power 0 equal to 1. That applies. Convert this into logarithmic notation. Log the base first you write, and the one which is away from the base will be along with the base. Along with the base will be away from the base. That's it. The sixth one, log a base a equal to 1. Proof is simple, like previous one. We know that a power 1 equal to 1. Sorry, a. Convert this into logarithm notation. The base you write first. The one which is away from the base is along with the base, and the power will be the answer. That's it. Log a base b equal to log a by log b. Again, here we are not writing any base, means this formula holds for any base. Log a base b can be written as log a base b. Okay, let us write that as c. Log a base c by log b base c. This is also called as change of base formula. So when you are using from RHS to LHS, the base in the RHS is c, that is changed to the base b. That's why we call this a change of base formula. And the proof again, simple. Let log a base c equal to x, log b base c equal to y. That implies a equal to c power x, b equal to c power y. But we want the a value with the base b, base b. So that's why what we do is we'll try to write the c power x, c value in terms of base b. So this c can be written as b power. Basically, we are raising the power 1 by y on both sides. So the c is equal to b power 1 by y. Substitute that in the first equation. A is equal to b power 1 by y, the whole power x. How we supposed to know that we need to do like this? Means our requirement is this: log a to the base b. You want the answer of log exponential function to be a, but from the base b. That's why c value you are eliminating and writing in terms of b. So that implies you get a is equal to b power x by y. Again, with the previous logic, we treat this as 1 and this as 1 and the power as 1. function. So the log converting into logarithm notation, base should be written first, and away from the base should be along with the base, and then along with the base will be away from the base. And if you replace an x and y, you get log a base b equal to x is log a base c by the y is log b base c. Next, the eighth one, log a base b equal to 1 by log b base a. Proof is quite simple. You can directly prove, or you can use property 7 and prove it. Well, directly prove, we did many till now. So let us use the property 7 and prove it. RHS, if I start 1 by log b base a equal to 1 can be written as log a base a. In fact, I use the property 6 also. 1 is written as log a base a and log b base a. Now using the change of base formula, this will be log this base and this base the same. Log a base b, which is equal to LHS. Right? And the next one, very important formula, a power log m base a equal to m. Very useful formula. If this base and this base both the same, then that is equal to m. Now, proof simple and strange. Log m base a equal to log m base a. We know that. Yeah, of course, we accept the fact that every number is equal to itself. Now, what we need to do is we should treat, because you want to convert this into exponential function and treating the a as a base and m as the answer, you treat this full number as some single number, I mean kind of x. So log m base a equal to x should be converted into exponential, means what you do, a power x is equal to m. The same way, you treat this as one number, this as one number, this full thing as one number. Then what it becomes, the base is a, will be the same in the exponential notation also, and the one which is away from the base, which is log m base a, will be along with the base, the power of the base, and the answer will be the one which is along with the base. Yeah, that's it. Without using any substitution and all those, you can do this, or like you can use a substitution and do like this also. That's also fine, right? And 10th one is the kind of, again, the combination of the 7th, 8th formulas. Log a base b, log b base c, log c base d. It is just one example. Can be written as, you can cancel these and write log a base d. Not only in this way also. Log a base b, log c base a, log b base c. You can cancel like this and write log d base b. The proof is simple using that property 7. Log a by log b, you can write this one, LHS. And this you can write as log b log c using the change of base formula. You can write log c by log b. And you can cancel this now. And again, using the change of base formula, you get this. Similarly, you can prove that one. Right. Last but not the least, the definition we should not forget. Of course, that's what we used in all these to prove. A power x is equal to m implies and implied by log m to the base a equal to x. This is the one we used in all these proofs, but this also you need to remember. So the first one is log ab is log a plus log b, and second one log a by b is log a minus log b, and the third one is log a power m is m log a, And the fourth one is log a power m base b power n is m by n log a base b. The fifth one log 1 base a equal to 0. Sixth one log a base a is 1. Seventh one log a base b equal to log a by log b. And eighth one log a base b is 1 by log b base a. And ninth one a power log m base a equal to m. Very useful one. And log a base b, log b base c, log c base d. You can cancel in that way and then write log a base d. And last but not the least, the definition a power x is equal to m implies and implied by log m base a equal to x.